Welcome to the One Girl Travel Podcast, episode number 2, 10 Solo Travel Safety Tips.
Welcome to the One Girl Travel Podcast, your passport to the world of solo travel, with certified life and travel coach, Alessia Tenebruso. Join Alessia as she shares her own journey of self-discovery through solo travel, while also focusing on topics such as life coaching insights and travel tips along the way. Now, here's your host, Alessia Tenebruso.
Hello, travelers. Today's topic is all about solo travel safety. It's one of the biggest concerns of solo travelers and anyone that's even considering solo travel. So today I'm going to share my favorite 10 tips to stay safe while solo traveling. And we're going to start with tip number 1 is share your information. Before you go on any trip, you need to find a partner, a family member, a close friend that you can trust, and provide them with your itinerary of where you're going, how long you're going for, your flight information, the hotel name and address. If you're doing excursions, you want to provide them with the excursion company, the person you're going to be meeting, the phone number. Anything and everything that you can provide is the best way to go, because you want them to know exactly where you're going to be and who to contact if they cannot get in contact with you. Second is stay connected. On your phone, you most likely have a Find My Location feature that you're able to share with loved ones. Again, make sure it's somebody you trust, because you're going to share your location with them and they'll be able to track you. I personally use this all the time because I'm not hiding anywhere I'm going. I'm very open with my intentions of my trip, and I don't mind if people see where I am, because that's keeps me accountable and keeps me safe. Because if I don't answer my phone or they can't contact me for some reason, they're able to see my location. So it's really helpful. Make sure that you also check in throughout your day, and most importantly at night when you're back to your hotel room and you're staying there for the night. You just want to make sure that your loved one knows that you're safe and you made it back to your location. Okay, tip number 3. I use a personal safety device. It's called She's Birdie. It's a small keychain, and it has this small little device, and it has a very powerful alarm. It's very, very high-pitched, loud alarm, and it also has a flashing light. So if you feel like somebody's following you, or if somebody approaches you or something, you pull the key out of the alarm, it's going to let off a very high-pitched siren, alerting anybody nearby that there's something happening. And you can also hold it up and shine the light that's flashing in somebody's face. So, it's not a weapon. It's something that's going to be a deterrent from people to go after you. And I think anything is helpful, but I feel comfortable enough having the She's Birdie personal alarm with me. And I will share the link for that in the show notes. All right, next up, you have to learn how to lie. It might feel weird, but your best defense is going to be lying. If somebody asks you, "Oh, are you here alone?" You say, "No, I'm meeting my boyfriend, or I'm meeting my friends." Just lie. If they say, "Oh, are you staying in this hotel?" Say, "No, I was just checking it out. I'm at a different hotel." Never give your information out. Don't let people know you're traveling alone. Don't let them know where you're staying or any of it. Just lie. Next up, I want you to lock your doors. It seems like such a simple tip, but it is truly important. And there's also devices that can help enhance your safety when you are in your room. So when you're entering your hotel room, I want you to be aware of your surroundings, first of all. Look down the hall, make sure nobody's watching you, make sure you weren't followed. Go into your room and lock your doors immediately. Use the deadbolt along with the regular door lock. Then also do a quick scan of your room. Make sure it's completely empty. Make sure if there's adjoining rooms that door is locked. And then there's a tool that I recently just purchased for my Mexico trip, And it's just like this metal plate, and it goes in between the doorknob and the door, and it latches in a way where nobody could push that door open. It's just an extra small thing that is a huge defense. So I will link that as well. And you can also purchase a door jamb siren alarm. So it's this door jamb that you put at the bottom of your door, and if somebody does push the door open, it will let off a loud siren, and that will deter somebody from entering your room. Next up is you need to be careful about how much you drink. We want to cheers to safety, but we want you to be very, very aware of your surroundings. And alcohol can decrease your senses and put you at risk if you're not careful. So I'm all about having a good time. I love to have cocktails when I'm traveling, but you have to know your limit. Along with that, make sure you do not accept drinks from anybody. Yes, it's flattering. Somebody bought you a drink. Do not accept it. Don't actually drink it. And never leave your drink on a bar. Never leave it unattended. You take your drink everywhere with you. Never take your eyes off of it. And just be very, very safe when you're drinking on vacation. Next tip is keep it a secret. So when checking in, the hotel has a bad habit of actually saying your room number quite loud when you're checking in. So I would recommend discreetly saying, please do not state my room number out loud. Just write it down for me. And never, ever tell anybody your room number. I've had people ask me on cruise ships, oh, what cabin are you in? I'm like, I'm not telling you that. Like, you don't know what people are capable of, and you don't want anybody waiting outside your door for you. So never share your hotel information, and especially your room number. The next tip is all about being aware. So too often we have headphones in, or our faces are in our iPhones, and we're distracted. And that is a huge no-no when you're traveling by yourself. You want to have all your senses ready to go. And when you have headphones in, you can't hear everything around you. You don't know if somebody's following you. You don't know if you're in harm in some way. You need to be aware. So keep the headphones out of your ears when walking around, and keep your phone down. Don't hold your phone up. And, even if you have to use it as GPS, glance at it quickly, figure out your location, and put it down. You don't want to just wander around with your phone out in your hand and you're looking down instead of what's around you. The next tip is have a better bag option. You want to have a bag that is not easily accessible by people's hands just reaching in. Pickpockets are very, very much a part of traveling. You need to be aware of all times. So I recommend a zippered crossbody bag. I always use a crossbody purse, and I make sure that it zippers shut. You can also buy safety purses that are from a brand called PackSafe, which I have, and they have these features where it's almost like a lock on the zippers, so somebody can't just zip it open without you feeling it. Like, you would know if somebody was going in this purse. So having a bag that's close to your body, that's closed. You don't want to bring big totes with you. And finally, it's research. You really need to research the location that you're going to go to. You can do a quick Google search and say, is this destination safe for female solo travelers? And you can get people's feedback from their travels. They can give you the crime rates or any scams to look out for. When I went to Paris, I did my research, and I knew it was safe for female solo travelers, but I did look up the local scams, which was signing petitions to people with clipboards by the Eiffel Tower. And it was extremely accurate because I saw them when I was there, and I knew to avoid them. So just do your research beforehand, know what to avoid before you go, and to make sure that it's safe. And there's so many other safety tips out there that I can share in future podcasts, but I really wanted to get these 10 points across because these are the most basic. They are the most simple to manage, and anyone is capable of following these rules. I really want you to be safe when you're solo traveling. Do not let fear stop you by any means. You know, something could happen by just leaving your house. You can't think that way. You have to just follow your heart with what you want to do, but listen to your gut. Your gut is the biggest indicator of if something's wrong. So listen to yourself, be safe, and go out there and solo travel everywhere that you desire. And until next time, I'll see you soon.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the One Girl Travel Podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can find out more about your host on our website, onegirltravel.com, or follow her on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and TikTok. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.